Cybernation Uncensored.
Hey, we're officially live. Everyone can see us and hear us now. Everybody say hi. Let's check the mics.
Hi,
Hello.
let's check the mics.
Hi.
Hey, sounds good to me. Chat, let me know if anybody's muted, any videos are frozen. We'll try to get that fixed right away for you. Sometimes there's a little glitching stuff that happens, so we appreciate chat letting us know. This is our weekly Fallout 2D20 gameplay we do every Friday right here on the Cybernation Uncensored channel. This originally started on the Mad Queen YouTube channel and then evolved over here to our channel when Mad Queen had to go to Harvard and take up some classes and stuff. So she'll be back in the future, and we'll see what happens as that evolves. But currently, we've got our team in the Wasteland still traveling around. They've met a cult, the Enclave, Brotherhood of Steel, mind-controlled ghouls, all kinds of stuff. I'll get into a little mini recap, and then we'll get into today's session. But before we do that, let's do like we always do. Let's go around the table. Everyone introduce yourself. Let people know where they can find you online, and introduce your character as well. Jay, you want to start it off?
Oh, hey, what can I say? It's Jay Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual, and I am working on ttrpg stuff, making my own anime-inspired experience. A Deep Breath RPG on Instagram, Twitter, and deepbreathrpg.com. Check that out for awesome stuff. And I am Genpachi Yasuke, the super mutant samurai, bringing light in the land of darkness of the Wasteland.
Yeah, well put. Darth.
Hi there, I'm Darth Zone. I make a lot of Fallout content, usually over on YouTube. You can also find me on most of the social medias. It's at /Darth Games on everything pretty much. So if you're interested in Fallout or Bethesda games generally, or upcoming Starfield, that sort of thing, I'd love to have you check it out. I am playing Sprocket today, who's a Mr. Handy exploring the Wasteland with his ghoul and his super mutant friend, and getting into all manner of trouble and shenanigans.
Lots of shenanigans. Brandon.
Hi, I am Brandon Perkins, also known as DM_Brando. And today I won't bore you with too many of the details, but yeah, I do streaming, I do writing, and I do voice acting. And today I'm going to be playing Jerry the Ghoul, who also hangs out with really cool Wastelanders, the super mutant variety, and also a bot. So there you go.
Oh yeah, well put. And I'm Rob Mulligan. I'm the overseer for this team and this gameplay, but I'm also the founder of Cybernation Uncensored. Cybernation Uncensored is your place for all kinds of streams, gameplay, VODs, series, tutorials, all kinds of stuff. Just all kinds of content from not just myself, but other game masters as well. So check out Cybernation Uncensored, both on Twitch and on YouTube. Give me a subscribe, a follow. I would really appreciate that. We also have a very active Discord community, a Facebook group, a Twitter, Instagram, anywhere you see social media. You can probably find Cybernation Uncensored, and I would appreciate the support and love. So check that shit out. Also, take a moment, retweet, post around, let people know we're live. Go over, let your neighbor know, call your mom, let her know I'm streaming. I haven't talked to her in a while. What the hell? Tune in. Come on, let's get some more people here. We would love that support. So a little mini recap. I'm going to get into it, but I do want to let everybody know that we have all the VODs on the YouTube. So you can go to Cybernation Uncensored and kind of see this new team when it evolved from the Mad Queen's channel. You can also go to Mad Queen's channel on YouTube and see all the previous streams before the team evolved into its current form. I would really appreciate everyone checking that out because there's a lot of cool things that have happened. Like I said, there's a cult in Disney World with scarification Mickey tattoos on their back and a missile silo underground under Disney. There's the Enclave at the old USS the launch pad, where they've got this chemical clean wave stuff that they've been working on, trying to get rid of all ghouls and super mutants and things, but it's killing everything apparently. And then there was a super mutant that the team took out that was doing some mind control ghoul things. He had hundreds of ghouls under mind control with this little device. And he was working with the Northside Kings in North Miami to try to take out the Brotherhood of Steel that are currently in Miami and South Beach. They also ran across this cool old dude, Gramps, who is a trader who's been running around. They had to take out the Junktown traders for the Northside Kings, so he would provide a courier to talk to the Brotherhood of Steel about this clean wave. The team is currently trying to pin the Brotherhood of Steel on Enclave, take the two biggest superpower factions, kind of pin them against each other, maybe try to involve the cult, maybe they let the mind control ghouls go, maybe involve the Northside Kings. I don't know the extent of all the planning for the team, but that's kind of the mix that they're in. A little bit of tension, lots of factions and things, lots of options. They also still have Sprocket's old shop. His owner had this mechanic shop not too far from Miami, kind of in between Miami and Orlando, down there in South Florida, where they have an old school vehicle that he's been working on and fixing. They're just, I guess, lacking the original fuel, maybe a couple parts, little fix it up and stuff. So they have that too, which is kind of cool. Are there any other key points that I missed that I should mention, or did I cover a lot of the key points here?
And just sort of the run up to where we got to last session, I think.
Yeah,
I think our way into the Brotherhood compound.
Exactly. Yeah, you were able to get the Northside Kings to send in a courier with the clean wave sample, but the Brotherhood sent him back saying they want to speak directly to the source. He has some questions and concerns. So the team went in. They turned over their weapons at the gate. The Brotherhood said, you have safe passage. The Paladin, Horatio Reyes, who's running that faction of Brotherhood down there in Miami, said, you have my word, safe passage. I want to speak with you. Come on in. So they gave up the weapons. They headed in. And the Brotherhood there in Miami, they took over the Homestead Air Reserve Base. They discovered the U.S. military robotic storage and repair facility. Lots more details. Check out the previous sessions to get all that good lore. But ultimately, the team made it past all the military base stuff through the big compound, through all the different buildings and such, and got to that repair facility where it seems like Horatio was working with a bunch of people. Going through there, he saw a bunch of scientists, bot work, repair stuff being done, as you're scooted directly into this sort of office or conference room, where Paladin Horatio Reyes came in, full power armor, took off his helmet. He's got a couple other Brotherhood armed guys with him, a bot. It looks like he had a scribe there kind of taking notes and paying attention to everything that everyone is saying. But there you are in the office. Let me get some sounds going. Shout out to Sirenscape, official sponsor of Cybernation Uncensored. Really adds some awesome vibes to your gameplay. There we go. I'll just get some of those creepy interior sounds going. Shout out to Brandon for creating this sound set. It's a fan-made sound set. All right, cool. So yeah, you all are in the office. And just to recap the last little mini conversation, he came in and said, yeah, this stuff looks serious. He taps on the jar. He says, I've got a sample to some of our scientists. They're looking into it. But, we're not figuring it out right away, obviously. And the courier that you sent in, he just lacked some of the details, and he couldn't answer some of the questions that I had. Obviously, we're interested in this, and that's fine, but I want to speak directly to the source. Now, you have my guarantee of safe passage, like I said, so we can speak freely about this for the moment. But what exactly are your intentions here? I mean, you bring this clean wave shit to me. You tell me that the Enclave is up at the launch pad trying to do this. What? You're a ghoul, a super mutant, a bot. You come right into our compound with this. What's your intentions exactly?
Well, obviously, we did not come straight in. We thought knocking on the door ourselves might be a little unwise. You fellows do seem to have something of a reputation around here.
Yeah, I can understand that. Things are a little different now, obviously, though. Give me a basic speech, Sprocket. This is just a gauge. I've got a couple levels of conversation here. A little bit of homebrew I do with Fallout instead of, so usually you give up the DV, the kind of what you're looking for, how many successes you need or whatever. But sometimes in homebrew I'll just have players roll, and then I'll gauge the amount of successes by the levels of information I'll indulge, or which kind of personality traits might be leaned into by a particular NPC. So let's get that speech and see. Let me bring up the dice overlay. Guess I didn't have that there yet. Here we go.
Well, not the most successful speech check in history, that one.
Yeah.
Not the least either.
Yeah, not at all. At least no criticals and stuff. You're at the base value there of at least basic conversation. He's still interested, obviously, but no, I heard you didn't come straight in. Obviously, you sent a courier. I understand you being apprehensive of coming in and speaking with me and dealing with this and the Brotherhood's history with ghouls, super mutants, even bots. It's might raise a little bit of tension, but I assure you, like I said, you have safe passage here. I want this information, and things are a little bit different than you might typically assume with the Brotherhood here, with the way I run things. We can get into that in a moment, but yeah, you sent in a courier. Yeah, I understand that you didn't come straight in. I know, but it is concerning on exactly why you're coming to me and the Brotherhood about this. Why a ghoul, a super mutant, a bot would come in to talk to us about this issue, and then also what's your association with the Northside Kings and our buddy Johnny Richter up there?
Well, obviously, as I'm sure you're aware of the Enclave's reputation further north, there are a number of people living up there who are obviously really quite concerned, as I'm sure the sample will explain why. But obviously, protecting themselves from an organization like the Enclave is not something most of these people are capable of. And it seems like if this is not something that's directly threatening the Brotherhood of Steel right now, one day it soon enough will be. And just about the only people who might be able to assist in doing anything about that.
Well, yeah, give me another speech. Still on the charisma speech thing, but he agrees. Yeah, I understand that side of it, and believe me, after looking into this a little, I mean, obviously our scientists need to dig in deep, but we're not passing this up. Technology, chemicals, bioengineering, any of this sort of discovery is something that we're very interested in, and something of this caliber. He picks up, starts looking at the jar again. We don't want to leave in the hands of the Enclave. We don't necessarily think that they should be in charge of something this powerful. So you're right in that. I'm very interested in this, but again, what are your specific intentions here? I understand you see the Enclave is messing with this chemical stuff. It's a bit of a threat to the land. You think we're the only ones that can stand up against the Enclave or might be interested in this, which we are. But what do you have to gain? Why not just, why wouldn't you just turn around and leave Florida, leave the area, not deal with the Enclave, not deal with Clean Wave? Why get involved? Why are you here?
Hiding like a turtle in a shell is not living at all. A true warrior must have courage. It is a risk we take, but it's living life completely, fully, and wonderfully. Fourth Bushido Code, Yuki.
So I see you have a super mutant that's a bit of a thinker here. I like that. And I respect that. And yeah, I definitely think being complacent and sitting inside your turtle shell, as you put it, isn't the way to go. It's not the way that the Brotherhood works, and I guess I can understand that. I don't typically see others with the same motivations, and in this day and age, but I can respect that.
It's a big wasteland. I should imagine there are people out there with just about every possible motivation.
I can understand that. And how exactly are you involved in this? He looks towards you, Jerry. You haven't said anything yet.
Well, everybody's been saying all the right words. I guess I didn't need to say too much. I am, like them, someone that saw the world before the way it used to be. Been around a long time. And one day, it would be nice to see it get even just a little bit closer to that again. And if something like Clean Wave is out there destroying everything, we're not going to get there any sooner. You know what I mean?
Oh, I absolutely know what you mean. Now, if Jerry, like, based on what Yasuke said, and then Jerry kind of leading the conversation, I'd like one of you to assist the other in a charisma speech check. Because I feel like Sprocket kind of opened the communication, at least got a little bit of communication. Didn't have much luck in really pushing the envelope on that, but at least got, no critical fails or anything to put it in a negative situation, right? And now you guys have kind of stepped up and discussed your intentions. But I don't want to leave it up to either Jerry or Yasuke to have to leave. I'll let you two decide who has the better speech skills there to lead it and who will assist.
My speech is at a 2. And if I use a luck point, I can use my luck instead of my charisma. And that'll get us a little bit closer. Then I just have to beat a 10.
Yasuke mentally will, you will know. Yasuke doesn't even know what charisma means.
I like that.
So that should give you an idea that Yasuke is 0 help.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of charisma?
Yeah, give me speech anyways as an assist, just to see if you at least get a success to give this Jerry a little bit of help. But Jerry, give me your speech. Let's see if you have the success. So if that Yasuke can play into it even. Oh, and don't forget to, you can replace with the luck. I think there was a -2 there earlier. If not, you at least have the luck. There's a -2 there. PWB. Yeah, thanks.
Should I use that -2?
Go for it. I'll let you know. Yasuke also is the most unlucky individual you can meet, just to give you more context.
He's got that badass weapon, though. We know that.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's all he has. Is he's got a big weapon and a big arm, and we're good.
Hits like a train.
That's all I'm here for.
Given the situations he's charged headlong into, I don't think he's the least lucky person around. He's come out with
You know
all
what?
his limbs attached.
Yeah, that is true.
This is true.
You've been pretty lucky.
Could have been a lot less lucky.
But yeah, Horatio just kind of sits back a little bit, and I can understand all of that. And let me say, it's a bit refreshing, hearing this kind of conversation coming from, a ghoul, a super mutant, a bot, I'm not trying to be too offensive here. I run things a bit different than my elders and my the founders of South Miami here. It was my uncle who established here, the elder Arthur Reyes, who came in not too long ago, and he's a bit more traditional. Kind of came in with an iron fist, cleared out the area. We kind of established ourselves, but I'm running things different now. He went back up north to council and dealing with bigger, better things. I'm in charge, and honestly, I'm trying to convince the rest of the Brotherhood that ghouls, super mutants, they're not just feral beasts, but people. People subjected to the harsh land hell of the Wasteland, and have survived like all people. They should be judged by their own actions, not by their peers. And I think the Radissons, as it would, the Radissons of this land, they're more useful alive than dead. There's no reason to just come in like that. So I'm treating things a little different, and we've got a different way of setting up our community here. We've got a little tight-knit group of super mutants and ghouls that stay with us. I believe in segregation, and we can all live together, segregated. But at least nobody has to die. We don't need to engage in battle. And that's been the problem with Northside Kings the entire time, of trying to establish Miami a little bit different than my uncle had planned and evolve this plan. We've had to deal with the Northside Kings, and he's been an asshole keeping us at war the entire time. So you can understand that's been the ongoing tension here. But that being said, I respect what you're saying.
Well, perhaps in that case, we actually have an opportunity here for a little more peace in Miami. We seem to have at least a potential open communication line between yourselves and the Northside Kings now. Maybe some additional good can come out of this.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, see, Northside Kings, that Richter guy, he's very similar to my uncle. You know, he wants to rule everything. You know, his history is he's a raider. You know, they're raiders, right?
We've heard of this background. They seemed surprisingly agreeable to us, though.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he sees some worth in whatever he's trying to get out of you or use you for. But nonetheless, they're keeping us at war, and believe me, I've tried. I've tried to work out some differences, but there's no discussing that with him. They want to take over Miami. He wants to rule everything. They're even working with some other super mutant that we've got rumors of. My uncle had to deal with in the past, and apparently he's been putting together some army to get us. I mean, it's all just rumors. But I assure you, they're hell-bent on coming in, trying to take us out and take over Miami.
Wouldn't come as a surprise from a group of raiders, but I suppose that just makes our reception that much more surprising.
Well, I guess you guys are maybe stuck in a little bit of a predicament. I can see that, but regardless, you're here. I've got clean wave, and we're going to look into it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to send a scout up. We're going to fly somebody up north. We're going to go investigate the enclave here. We're going to do this low key, but we're going to go just see if everything lines up the way that you're saying. If everything is as you say, if this is what they're working on, this is what's happening, then we'll discuss the next step. But first I've got to check it out. I hope you can understand. You've got to stay here in South Miami while I send a scout to check this out. I'll put you up in one of our local hotels. And 1 second. And then he looks over towards one of his guards and he says, yeah, send Liz in. And then this young female walks into the office, kind of like in scribe outfit, lower level of the ranks of Brotherhood of Steel kind of look as far as uniform, obviously not wearing any power armor. But this young female walks in, looks surprised when she sees all of you, and then Horatio introduces you. This is Elizabeth. She says, hi, I'm Liz. This is one of our young uprising acolytes. She's going to be your guide while you're here. She's going to stay with you in town. Make sure everything's smooth, and we're going to go investigate this. And when they come back and we see everything's fine, we can discuss the next steps, and otherwise we'll be discussing the next steps. So we'll talk soon.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you for your time. Appreciate the warm welcome.
Sure. Yeah, give me, and if you want to give me a perception, everyone, you can give just general perception survival. And this will be a difficulty of 2.
Fix that perception survival.
Ooh, and some complications.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you're not getting a good read on him. If anything, you can tell. You can see that, like, as he's talking to you, like, you can't tell if he's being truthful or not, but you can tell that, like, he is, I don't know, slightly, like, prejudice towards you all. Like he just definitely has like that judgmental feel that you would assume from the Brotherhood, regardless of the things that he's saying. But like, you're not getting a deep enough read to be fully believing everything he says or fully tell if he's lying or anything like that. You can just tell, what I said.
Okay.
But he goes on with his security further into the facility as this sort of acolyte guide, Liz, introduces herself. Yep.
So before Horatio's about to try to walk away.
Yeah.
If we are remaining, does that mean we do not reacquire our personal armaments of any kind?
He turns back to you'll get those on your way out. For now, just hang tight in town, and we'll talk soon.
Then I just simply ask you understand integrity and the respect that means to those that respect you, no matter what pre-beliefs you have in their identity.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. But even with that, you have to understand our situation here, and until I can verify everything you said, you're gonna sit tight, and we'll deal with it once we see exactly what's up there.
And Yasuke just nods.
Yeah, he nods, leaves, and then Liz, that acolyte sort of guide girl, like I said, introduces herself. Shakes hands. She, you can tell she's kind of like surprised, like she's in a little bit of awe. Wow, welcome. I usually don't deal with, ghouls, super mutants, and bots that aren't programmed by us or part of ours. But this is okay. Wow. So how? Before we go, I've never really met how do you? She's looking at you, Jerry. Like, how do you live like being dead? Like, aren't you like a zombie and shit?
Oh, watch out! We don't like being called that.
Oh,
I'm not dead. I got a skin condition. What can I tell you? It's just it's like a disease that just made me better in some ways and worse in others. Harder to look at, but longer lived. You know what I mean? Benefits and drawbacks.
okay. I've never really talked to one or met one up close. Like, I know we've got some that work with Paladin Rays, and they work with the team a little, in our little community of whatever. But I never talked to them. This is my first time interacting. I'm sorry if it just makes me a little bit nervous too. And he's okay. And she looks up towards Yasuke.
Hey, he's great. How's it going, Yasuke?
All is well. I have found no reason to feel other.
Love this guy.
Okay.
He's a teddy bear.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then I guess let's go into town. I can get you set up in the hotel. You can hang out in town. Do whatever you want. I know Horatio put out the word. No one should mess with you. I'll be your guide with you too, so you should be fine.
Are we just going to be making people uncomfortable everywhere we go here? Is that what we should expect?
It's possible. We don't really have a lot of people like you around, but we do have some. Horatio does have a little team of, some other ghouls and super mutants like you. I don't really talk to them or go where they live, but they work with him. They're here too, but the rest of the community doesn't really interact, so they might be nervous.
We rather got the impression that the ghouls and the like in the area are somewhat encouraged to keep to themselves.
Yeah. Horatio keeps things a bit segregated here. The ones that work with them, they stay in their own little part of the city. But I know he's working towards setting up different parts of Miami. It's just been the Northside Kings. obviously keeping things from developing. I'm not that involved with that planning. I just kind of assist when they tell me what to do, and I'm trying to work my way up and do what I can. But yeah, I've just been dealing with the Northside Kings for the most part, but keeping the whole segregation plan from happening.
Do you agree that if someone had the sniffles and would sneeze, they should be separated from the community?
If someone was sick?
Only mildly if they were sneezing, coughing.
I guess not. I don't know. If someone's sneezing and contagious, I don't want them around me. But
If someone were to start balding, losing hair, should they be separated?
I don't know. I don't think as long as someone's not sick with... I know people that went bald.
Then do you agree that individuals whose skin may wither, whose size may grow, should be separated from others simply by what has made them look different?
No, I don't know. I don't think that I don't think it should matter too much. What people should look like and
Then you are an excellent guide. Thank you.
See? Teddy bear.
Yeah, and she takes you into the city. Once you get out of the military base and that sort of robot repair facility and manufacturing facility, she takes you back into the city, into Miami, and it's basically I brought up the image for a minute for chat. I know we're in on it on Roll20 just to kind of set that vibe, and this was kind of the Northside King side of it, but at least to give that post-apocalyptic Miami vibe. There's a little imagery, put it up there for chat. But she pulls you back into the city where it's, people walking around just like when you entered, some looking, some confused of why there's a super mutant ghoul and bot walking around with this little guide. But it's not completely unheard of. Like she said, there has been others, I guess, that work with Horatio or something along those lines. So some look, some don't. But you're in the city right now. She says, yeah, I'll take you over to the hotel. It's where you'll stay tonight until our scout gets back.
Well, this hotel living seems to be a distinct step up from wandering the wasteland. This is some perks.
Plush beds, not bad at all.
Yeah, she takes you over to the hotel, and then she takes you in, and there's a basic lobby. She talks to the guy behind the counter, getting some keys, and takes you up to your room. And this hotel is much larger than that little sort of beachside motel in North Miami. This one's, an actual 30, 40 story hotel. But she takes you up and takes you up to the room and basically tells you this is your room if you want to get some rest today or anything. I know it's midday, probably don't need to get rest now, but whatever, this is your room, you have it. We can go around town, we have places to eat. Do you guys eat normal food and stuff?
Everybody but the bot.
Okay, well, we have a diner, there's a restaurant, there's some entertainment. I know some of our community was working on a play recently. I don't know what you want to do during the day in our town, but there's normal shopping and stuff as well.
I have no particular interest in... I simply wish to await the news. I leave the decision to you. Looking over at Sprocket and Jerry.
What do you think, Jerry? Should we wait or should we have a look around?
Hey, I'm not a fan of being stared at, you know. I'm okay to wait here if you guys want to.
Perfectly fine by me. Perhaps Liz would be willing to answer a few questions for us while we're waiting.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to hang out in the hotel today, I understand. Yeah, we can stay here instead of traveling around if you don't want to be stared at, as you put it. And yeah, I can answer any questions.
Okay.
I gather Paladin Reyes has only recently taken charge around here. I think he mentioned something like that.
Yeah, his uncle set up Miami for the Brotherhood and got us in here, I guess. And I didn't come down and start working with them until Horatio took over. But yeah, his uncle set up everything, and now Horatio's running it.
Wow. He seems somewhat more accommodating than the Brotherhood's reputation would suggest. I mean, none of us have been shot yet.
Yeah, he has a different approach. He really wants to have everyone kind of live together, separate. He kind of wants to segregate super mutants and ghouls from us normal humans. Sorry if I'm offending you, but that's what he wants to do, and I guess it's better than just killing everyone like his uncle and others in the Brotherhood want to do.
No, I can't speak for my friends here, but I think for myself, I would definitely consider that a step up over the being shot option.
I mean, he's
Small one, at least.
He's at least giving them options to, work, contribute to society, and, live in peace, I guess. I mean, they even have their own part of the city and everything. I mean, do you want to go see it?
What do you guys think? That seems like an interesting idea.
I don't know. I got a feeling this part of the city might not be as nice.
I would like to see how those like me are treated.
All right.
Might be an
Let's do it.
opportunity to learn a few things.
Sure. Let's do it then. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take you. Let's go see. And you can see, like I said, Horatio sets them up, and they actually live here in Miami, with us. And it's what they're trying to work towards. But yeah, she takes you out. You make your way out the hotel, through the city, and it's as you expect. People are still staring at you as you're walking through. You don't really see other ghouls and super mutants around. You do see the occasional bot and things. So Sprocket doesn't stand out so much, except for the fact that he's not working or part of some Brotherhood team doing some job, or he seems free and hanging out with this ghoul and super mutant. So people are a little thrown off by that as well. The occasional child is scared. What was that?
He's got a leather hat on and no Brotherhood stencil.
That's true too. It is a little different. He's got his hat glued to him and shit. But yeah, the occasional scared child, the occasional stare turned head happens, obviously, as you make your way through the city. She takes you a little kind of southeast, away from beachside, a little more south. And this is actually a little more east in the Miami part, away from the military base and their repair facility and stuff. So it's not really in the center of the city. It's a little off to the side, But when you get there, you see that there's there's Brotherhood security around. You see power armor suits kind of patrolling. You can see assaultrons and just different bots and things. There's sentry bots you see kind of patrolling this sort of border. Even though it is part of the city, it does look, as he described, segregated. It's separated from the rest of the city, even though it is part of it. But as you go in there, she says, "Yeah, look, this is, a whole part of the city just for people like you." And then as you enter, you see it's similar to the other part of the city in that you see like, a sort of a shack diner setup thing. There's some living quarters. I mean, the buildings here are much more run down than the other part of the city. They're still standing. It's living, but it's not even as nice as like the North Side Kings part of the city, where that was rebuilt up, brought power, but a little more run down, not as tech savvy renovated, if you want to put it that way, for Brotherhood of Steel. This part of that is even a little less than that. You can tell like Brotherhood isn't in here cleaning up, teching up things or whatever. They do it. There is power in this part of the city, but it's pretty run down. And you do see, a handful of ghouls and super mutants walking around. Not a lot. Maybe you see like a handful total, like a couple over there. There's like a ghoul went into a shop over there. You can see a couple super mutants sitting over at like that food cart shack sort of thing. But that's what you see when you enter this part of the city.
Looks like your prediction wasn't too far wide of the mark there then, Jerry.
That's what I thought. Well, shall we introduce ourselves to somebody out here?
Why not? So, who seems to be running the diner? Can we sort of see that from where we are?
Yeah, you can see there's a ghoul in there. Looks like he's serving some type of food to the two super mutants that are sitting there.
What do we think? A likely place to start?
Sure.
We'll sort of make our way over to the diner and introduce ourselves to the person working there. Give the super mutants a nod.
Yeah, you do that. You make your way over. Both the super mutants look over. They look a little surprised at first. They kind of look you up and down, and then they just nod. And then they go back to eating with kind of side eyeing you three, like they're definitely watching while they're eating. And then the ghoul that's dealing with the food, preparing the meats and things, whatever he's serving, looks up and just, "Hey, how can I help you?"
Yeah. What have you got to serve today?
We got a little bit of everything. Got some bloatfly, got some rad leech soup. Just got some more veggies in and stuff, but honestly, it's kind of the hand-me-down Brotherhood shit. Some of the meat's probably better, but I don't imagine the bot's gonna want anything. So new to town, right? Just partnered up with Horatio or something. Is that what this is? Then he looks over, and Liz looks at him and just kind of nods, and yeah.
Definitely
Not here to stay, really. Sorry, Sprocket, what were you saying?
Definitely new to town.
Yeah, we're just kind of stopping in, getting a look around. We're surprised that the Brotherhood didn't just try to kill us on sight. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this Horatio guy runs things a little different, as you can see. But just kind of making the best of the situation, He looks back over at Liz. Liz just nods and yeah. I want you to give me a perception survival too. What was that, Yasuke?
Of all the things you could do, what reason do you choose to stay within the confines of this settlement that's set by the Brotherhood?
Kind of either with them or killed by them, It's a sticky situation, but I'm surviving. He looks back over at Liz, then looks back at you. Yeah, I'm surviving, And Yasuke, out of that, you got a success, right? Nobody else did?
Yeah, I got
Sprocket got a success. And you got 2. Okay. Yeah, Sprocket, you can tell that he seems a little bit nervous, Yasuke, you're picking up, maybe it's the whole ghoul, super mutant, sort of both been radiated thing or something. You're picking up a little more than Sprocket was on that. Yeah, he seems nervous, but you can tell he's kind of like he's holding back, like he's not talking freely or whatever, and he keeps looking at Liz. You can kind of get a feel like he's holding something back, and it might be because of Liz.
Yasuke has no subtlety. He looks over at Liz. You wait outside. This is not the place for you. When we are done, you will guide us back.
Yeah, no, I'm right here whole time. Horatio is very clear. I'm your guide. I'm here.
If you are to guide us, you can wait outside, unless you are here to observe and supervise. Otherwise, to my understanding, your duties are just to make sure we are guided.
Yeah, give me I'm gonna do some type of like persuasion sort of thing here.
Yeah, that's a thing I can do.
Yeah, well, I'm open to suggestions if you can lean into one of those a little more than the other. I know we're kind of limited with Fallout, but
I have a
Yeah,
thought.
I'm not trying to intimidate. So
what's that, Sprocket?
A technical thought.
Yeah, and you guys can absolutely interject because you hear Yasuke saying this to the girl. You hear her, "No, I'm here," and there's that little bit of Yasuke trying to get her. Anybody can interject, assist, that sort of thing. So sure, what's your idea?
I was thinking if Yosuke's trying to be a bit intimidating about this at all, then you could possibly swap charisma out for his strength and stick it with speech.
yeah, I thought about that, but Yasuke unfortunately is not the intimidating type. Not intentionally.
Not intentionally, no.
Yeah,
He actually
I
does
like
wanna
that
be mean.
idea. Yeah. I like that idea. Any other ideas from Jerry, or would he interject to assist or anything too? Otherwise, I do like that idea, where maybe it's like an unintentional, strength sort of persuasive combination, like where he's being persuasive, but the strength is playing into it unintentionally, maybe as an intimidation factor. But what's Jerry's thoughts?
Jerry also wants to be able to talk to these people unimpeded. So he's kind of waiting to see what happens.
Okay.
All right, let's do strength speech. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, go for it.
Double critical fails? I mean,
Yeah.
Well, you're standing there with knuckle dusters bolted onto your arm.
Little Liz jumps on your
Very
back,
intimidating.
attacking you. Yeah, right.
right?
Yeah.
I got one success with my strength speech.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you could tell. Horatio is clear. He just okay. Look, Horatio is very clear. I'll be right here. She takes a step, just kind of like a little bit off to the side, out of the food cart, like still nearby, still can see you and watching, but a little bit outside of ear's reach. It seems like she was a little intimidated.
Yasuke will just kind of get closer to the counter. You speak freely. Tell me, what conditions do you find yourself confined to?
He looks over at Liz and he says, yeah, but, we're all working, we're living, we're surviving, but it's just things aren't as great as they should be, I kind of agreed to this in the settlement, the segregated life to not be killed by these assholes, and I thought it'd be fine, but to be honest, I wish I would have just tried to turn and get the fuck out of Florida. I wish I would have just I don't want to live here anymore. But yeah, I'll put some extra sauce on that. Sure. He kind of like looks over at Liz, pretending like he's talking to you about an order. But we're kind of stuck now. But don't get me wrong, we're living. I'm working, I'm living, I'm here. But
do others share this malcontent?
Some are content, some are fine. These dumbasses right here, and those two super mutants kind of like look over, like, and just go back to eating. He's like, it just, some people just keep their head down. They just want to work and live, and they're fine with just, surviving. I want to do more. I thought thought one day I'd have like a house, maybe start up a little chain of these food carts, go around kind of maybe bottle up some of my sauces, you know, sell them or something. I don't know. I had some I know it's crazy dreams, right? But you know, I'm stuck here. I'm just working. I run my cart. I'm feeding people. I'm not killed, you know?
You see. Well,
Well,
And, you know, the alternative when I was here was those Northside King assholes, and it's not much better. You know, you kind of live free in that part of the city too, but you're under that Richter asshole's thumb, and he's no different. I don't know. I honestly I feel stuck. I'm glad you guys aren't. You're just coming through, huh?
Yeah. I mean, as far as we know, as long as they let us go after. Are you allowed to leave?
Not me personally. There's a couple of these guys that do little mission gigs for the Brotherhood, and they get out. You know, they go out, they do things, they come back. It's part of their deal or whatever they got going. I'm not the adventuring type. You know, I'm a cook. I'm a cook by trade, by heart. It's my passion. It's what I do, and that's what I'm doing here.
so if you wanted to move somewhere else, get out of Florida, as you said, would the Brotherhood allow you to do that, or would they try and stop you?
I don't think that's a possibility. I don't even know the last time I talked to Horatio or any of the people that are in charge, to be honest. I'm kind of stuck. I don't think I can leave.
Yes, it wouldn't go well if you walk through that gate over there, then.
No, we stay in this part of the city.
the sparrow doth dream. Skies remain blue, but so far. Clipped wings prevent hope.
This is one of the deepest fucking super mutants I've ever met. What the hell was that?
This is quite the prototype, I ask, eh?
It's crazy.
It is a decision that I have now made.
Oh,
I have wandered the wasteland and seen suffering, misery, pain. But it is not the people that suffer because of the land. It is the people that make the land insufferable.
Yep. It makes a lot of sense. But there's also the issue of kind of, I don't know, there's only so much that I can do. You know, we get stuck in this situation, and like I said, I'm not a fighter, and I don't know if you've seen South Beach or the military compound, but there's just, you know, a handful of super mutants and ghouls aren't gonna do shit, you know?
No. But I now know. It is time for the people that thrive on the land to stop bending the backs of those who toil the fields. There are 3 kingdoms that remain. Broken crowns sitting upon thorned thrones. A hydra of horror, and each head must be removed so that the ground may flourish once more.
which one of those is Brotherhood?
And they all must fall. The Brotherhood has brought suffering. The Enclave has brought the plague. And it is the 3 kings, those Northside kings that bring war. They continue to bring about the apocalypse unending.
Well, you might have a point there. I don't see there's a great deal of opportunity for us to change that right now.
But there is. We have people who are tired of what has been brought to them. We have those of the magic place, of vaults torn asunder, of people tired of being pressed under heel.
Lots of people that don't have much in the way of experience, with fighting. You know what I mean?
Or equipment.
I mean, not to trample what you're saying. I agree. I do. I don't know if they're up for the task. I'm nervous,
We must find those that are willing to stand, lest they find themselves in this forsaken end of times eternal. We must end the famine of those like us. We must end the war of those that want more. And we must cease the plague of those that believe others must be cold. As the story tells of the 4 horsemen riding, we must bring about the 4th and bring death to those that bring such chaos.
I'm slightly more concerned that they're likely to bring death to us before we bring any death anywhere near them.
Time, patience, connections, communication. In time, even the greatest of empires fall, but it is those that built the walls that remain.
Well, this is very true. Well, if we're not rushing into anything, who knows what change we might be able to bring in time.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes back to us later on. The news from up north, so to speak. I'm hoping that it helps, with our case that we're trying to make.
Well, at the very least, the Paladin should see that we were genuine in what we're saying. That area of devastation that the Enclave created up there is rather hard to miss.
So I'll kind of look back real quick at Liz and I'll say, yeah, well done, please. Yeah, it's a few more minutes on the grill.
Yeah, Liz is just, oh, okay. And she's like, you can tell she's watching. She's looking over your shoulder, seeing what's going on. And then the ghoul there, yeah, here, why don't you just, he pulls out some plates, puts some meals in front of you. He's on the house. I like the things you guys are saying, and if you're gonna help somehow put an end to all this war, this segregation, this feeling of slave labor, all this shit going on down here, then I can't even show my appreciation. But like I said, meals on me here.
Thank you very much. How much would you normally charge? I've got some caps.
No. Don't even worry about it.
Oh. Here's hoping we can eventually effect a little change around here.
Yeah. We'll do what we can.
And you're able to eat and hang out unless there's any particular things you want to ask. The vendor at this food place, this ghoul. I'll streamline to the next part.
I think I know everything I need to know.
Okay. Yeah. You guys eat your meal. Yeah, he cleans up. Thanks for coming through. Good luck on all the endeavors. I just good luck with everything.
Thanks, and good luck to you too. Here's hoping you get to see that dream come true, Chain of carts across the wasteland, Hey, if Wasteland Survival Guide can do it, you could do it too.
Yeah, and side note, the food that he gave you, although it was the typical Wasteland, you know, radiated creature meat cooked, you know, like that bloatfly sort of taste. For whatever it's worth, the sauce that he had on there actually was amazingly tasty. Like it was, he knows his shit with cooking. Yeah.
Little nuclear material in there for flavor.
Yeah.
Can I buy a bottle of this sauce from you before I go? Any chance?
Yeah, you like it? And he
it's good.
Yeah, he holds up a bottle.
How much?
Just 5 caps.
Oh, you got it, though. So I'll hand him the caps.
Yeah, he hooks you up. Yeah, and then Liz steps in. Okay, if you're done eating, we can continue on. And is there anything else that you want to see in the area, or?
While Liz is doing that, Yasuke will take like assuming like there's like a napkin of sorts and some of the sauce, and will like draw a symbol that Yasuke remembers of the railroad, that like safe haven type thing, and just thank you, vendor, for your food. May this be a token of my appreciation, and like we'll set like 3 caps on top of it as like showing a tip instead.
Nice. Yeah, when you do that, you see his eyes just go big, and he looks down and he like pulls in the caps and kind of like smears the symbol on the thing, on the table, and he looks at it and he looks back up to you and he just like nods.
All right. Thanks so much, buddy.
Yes, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, anytime.
Perhaps this is a good time to return to our room then and digest what we've seen today.
But yeah. Hey, Liz, have you tried this sauce? It's amazing. This is delicious.
No, I usually I eat in my part of town usually.
No, of course. Well, broaden your horizons. Here, take a swig of this.
I'm okay. She actually looks like a little bit grossed out. You can tell.
All right, I'll put the bottle away. Just messing with her now.
Yeah, and as she escorts you back to the hotel, out of this part of the town, everybody give me a perception survival. This is another just kind of visual thing. And this is going to be a difficulty of 2. So I don't know if anybody wants to use.
Ooh.
I don't know if you have.
1 action point. We haven't been regaining them very quickly recently. So we got 1.
Oh, I got 1 on my perception. Oh,
I got 2.
I got 1.
Nice. Yeah, as you're leaving, you don't notice much, Jerry and Yasuke, other than, a lot of the super mutants and ghouls that were in this part of town doing their own thing. They're all kind of like watching you now. Like they're all looking and they're watching you kind of leave their part of the city. And then Sprocket, on your way through, out the city, this part of the town, the little super mutant ghoul section, segregated part of the city. You notice on one of the buildings, there's like a tailor. Let's see, it's a apparel and tailor shop off to the side as you're getting up towards kind of the gate or whatever that leads into the other part of Miami. But on the side of the tailor door, you can see carved in the wall, clearly like in the older paint that like is just filthy as fuck now, but in the older paint you see that railway sign. Oh, RC Walker, thanks. There's another -2 for the team to take note of.
Awesome.
Hey, Yasuke, did you want to try and check this tailor place out? They have super mutants in this area. It's possible they might have some stuff in your size for once.
I believe that would be advised, yes. Let us see what is available.
Yeah, we have a tailor on this part. This guy Henry, he's a super mutant like you. I'm sure he can fit you with what you need.
Perhaps we should check this place out. I'm gonna try and give a sort of subtle look, sort of wave of my eyes towards the rail sign on the wall, see if I can subtly indicate to Jerry and Yasuke that it's there.
Yeah,
Preferably without Liz noticing.
Yeah, let's do a fun. Let's try to think of a fun role for that. Let's see. What do you have for? Let's do some type of like, you know, agility thing. You know, because like you're trying to like gesture, but like incognito style or whatever. So like maybe like an agility survival or agility
I could
sneak.
even do
Agility
even, like,
sneak.
Agility
if
sneak
you-
sounds good. I'm open to suggestions.
if you have it. I think intelligence is a skill because intelligence sneak as like a more clever way to doing it rather than just being sneaky. It's like a
Yeah, it's
I like that
six.
too. I like that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. I'll take
not
either
trying
one of
to
those from you,
sneak
Sprocket.
per
Whatever you
se,
want.
Yeah, to be subtle, really. But
Yeah, whatever you want to use.
if you're okay with the intelligence one, I'll go with that. I've got a higher intelligence score.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I think that was a good breakdown of that making sense from Yasuke there. That was good.
Takes a slightly different direction to sneaking.
Also, Xanafixathlath Angel something. I butchered that username, but thanks for the follow. I've been seeing the other follows too. We've just been in the mix of role playing, so I didn't want to cut it out to give a shout out. But I appreciate everybody that's following and subscribing and stuff. Seriously, really appreciate that.
One success.
Nice. Okay, give me 1 second. You kind of you gesture that, you get the point across. We'll say Liz does not notice, and now you've got to basically whoever you're trying to get to notice, Jerry or Yasuke, you've got to give me your perception survival to see, or I'll take intelligence survival, either intelligence or
it's the same for Yasuke.
yeah, either one of the survivals to see if you pick up on Sprocket's gesture that Liz did not seem to notice. Sprocket, you definitely got that through. It's just if they're picking up on it now. Jerry picks up on it, yeah. Yasuke's not picking up what you threw down, but Jerry's got it. Jerry, you see the sign. You see...
Quite clearly, apparently.
Yeah, Sprocket pointed it out to you.
Oh yeah, this shop looks really nice. I see what you're saying. Let's check it out.
Yeah, Liz brings you into the shop. Like the other shops that you've seen, the other tailor sort of shop that Gramps runs, but again, more run down than even Northside King's versions of city living. This part of town. But there is a super mutant behind the desk. You can see just, racks behind him where like at one time there was like dry cleaning and stuff that's now put into like tailoring and sewing, redoing leathers and armors. You can see him strapped all down one side of the shop, tools all on the other. But yeah, when you come in, the super mutant just like looks up and, hey, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Greetings.
What do you need?
I am curious on your ability to fit clothing for an individual of my posture.
Same posture. Let's do it.
Excellent. I have my traditional shikatsu clothing. I need more fitted capabilities for movement, agility. I would prefer it in black now. Darker clothes.
I could do it. I could stain, paint, put design. Gimme. Come on, give it to me.
And we'll like take some of the excess fabric, and Yasuke will look over at Liz. I will be stripping. I would prefer you not see that. And then we'll proceed to start like undressing and just to kind of like start. The goal is to startle her and make her be like, I probably shouldn't see.
Yeah, it works. Okay. And she like starts like looking like blushing, but then like you notice like, a couple of times she's like, like just like trying to get a peek, just trying to get a little, but then she kind of like scoots out the front door. She says, yeah, okay, no, I understand it. Okay, yeah, dear, I'll be right out front. She steps out front of the shop.
Yasuke will just take off like the top portion of it. We'll keep his pants. To get the shikatsu, which is like that ceremonial robe style. That's what he wants fashioned. But Yasuke will also just because we'll take some of the fabric he has and take like the gauntlet and just use the like some of the metal that's a little sharp and like try to cut onto a piece of metal he has to like make a rough railroad symbol, because that's Yasuke has now a mission.
Okay, cool. Jerry and Sprocket.
We noticed you had some interesting designs in the paintwork outside.
Yeah, he looks down at what Yasuke is kind of carving in there with that symbol, and then you say that, and he just kind of like looks confused. And this is where we're going to take our 5-minute bio break. I do want to remind everybody, we are keeping this extremely tight. I know, Jay, you have something to get to. So we're just going to take a quick 5-minute bio break. Don't anybody go anywhere. I'm going to leave the mics hot. We'll come back and just do kind of a short ending to today's session to make sure that we can end in time for Jay's other things that he has to get done. So, okay, nobody go anywhere. 5-minute break.
Yeah, this is developing in an interesting fashion. Not the way I was expecting.
Oh yeah, no. Yasuke has a mission now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this we see.
I can tell you, Jerry's pretty pissed off too that this is going on, and I mean, like, it's great that there's a place that these people can go to live, but this is not really the way to live, and honestly, in all ways, it looks bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yasuke's been like, yeah, I will bring light to the wasteland. We'll just get rid of Cleanwave and everything will be fine. Travels through the wasteland. Oh, it's worse than Cleanwave's bad, but everything's shitty. Okay.
Yeah. The Brotherhood are no better, and
If Yasuke doesn't even think the Northside Kings are even any better.
yeah.
Interesting dynamic going on there between everybody else has got bad things to say about the Northside Kings, and yet we rocked up there and nobody fired a shot, nobody had a bad thing to say to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were nice to us.
Definitely an interesting contrast.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think the only problem Yasuke has is just he doesn't trust Richter.
Yeah.
Power
That seems to
hungry
be the
people,
theme.
like, yeah, that's literally what it is. Like, the people aren't bad. It's just Richter's leadership. He's like, I don't know.
Yeah. He definitely seems like he's got some kind of plan of his own, as does the Paladin.
Yeah.
But everybody
yeah.
seems to have their own like schemes and plans and designs on what's going on, trying to make out of this situation as best as they can.
Oh
But
yeah.
then I suppose so are we. So
Yeah. If we have enough time in this session, there is something else he's going to try to do if there's time to just really highlight where Yasuke's mind is at. Be real good. Real spicy.
yeah.
Well, if you need the sauce, I've got some.
That the sauce is key to the plan, actually.
Excellent.
I think Sprocket's kind of in a. He's heard some really bad things about the Brotherhood and their reactions, particularly towards mutants and ghouls and all manner of stuff, and liking of sort of grabbing technology whenever they can. So he's all a bit like, this is kind of risky. And then he's rolled up, nobody's tried to, you know, turn him into a toaster or, you know, flip him upside down and use him as a barbecue or anything. And
Yet.
So he's somewhere between, yeah, this isn't great, neither's anything else, and I'm not being shot at right now, so it could be worse.
I'm
it's
super
sort of-
nervous that they're going to force us into this community here, and we're not going to get our stuff back until they send us out on missions on their behalf or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of, if they do that, at least if we, excuse me, it's once we're out the door, we're out the door. We can always, you know, take to our heels and not come back.
Yeah.
So you got places we can go if we do need to escape, but you know.
True. The scary thing is Reyes is almost definitely, like, 100% going to try and steal Clean Wave.
Yeah, it does seem likely that he wants to get his hands on it. He won't have any objection to the whole well, you'd think he wouldn't have any objection to the cleansing the wasteland thing. His words say otherwise, but who knows?
It's okay. I just gotta find Horatio not in his power armor, and I got this.
Yeah.
Surrounded by a
or
bunch of goons.
as we've learned before, people in power armor don't do so well in quicksand. So if you can find some quicksand,
I think I can make some. I can hit the ground hard enough, I think.
As long as he remembers to leave his helmet off.
hey, Horatio,
He's
you
got his
dropped
helmet
something
on
in
it.
there.
If he's got his helmet on, he might survive a bit longer. He might end up, just... Well, I suppose he'll run out of oxygen eventually.
Eventually.
In the suit, but it'll just take longer.
Yeah, he won't drown in quicksand. He'll be buried alive.
Yeah, basically. Inside his nice tin coffin.
Good clarification there, though. Yeah, without helmet would be best.
Yeah. I mean, I'd see a lot of quicksand around in the middle of the city, though.
Fine. We'll just find something close to quicksand. Like, I don't know, radiated dirt. It'll do the same.
Maybe we should try a similar sort of technique to we did to that group of raiders for the Nullside Kings and just try demolishing the place. If we could bring a few of the towers down on
Just
top
a few
of
of them, yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't he say that the hotel is like 40 stories tall or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's the high rises.
If he happened to be in that when it came down, I don't think even the power armor was going to help him much.
Got it. Just put me in the basement and let me just hit the foundation a couple times.
There you go.
That'll bring it down. Getting you back out of there might take a while, though.
I'll just give me like 6 days. I'll dig out.
I gotta say, I love the poetry, though. It's an excellent touch.
Yeah,
Oh, the little haiku and the other stuff.
Yes.
All right.
And we're in. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens in the sort of next section and so on, and the next sort of set of events starts to develop.
Yeah. Just watch. The scout comes back having taken out all of Enclave by themselves. They're like, oh, I got clean wave right here. Turns out it's just a big microwave. You leave the door open.
And we're back. I like that. That's the plan. I'm just going to streamline this, and we're done. You guys won Fallout.
Yeah.
That's how you win it, baby.
Hey. Let's just drop another nuke. We'll make Fallout 5.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Nuke it and start over again.
New game plus what?
Yeah, before we hop back into the second half of this gameplay, I know we're going to wrap it a little bit short because Jay has somewhere to be, but I want to give a shout out to the Patreon supporters during this break for putting fuel on my fire and keeping me creating content seriously. And I just launched a new weekly gameplay option there that filled quickly, and we've got some celebrity appearance stuff we're working on and just all kinds of cool shit, and it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for all my supporters on Patreon pushing this forward. So seriously, thank you so much. Kevin Moreno, Joseph Holder, William Huddleston, Naomi Madlass, Jamie Minch, who's right here in chat, talking about needing to play some Fallout. John Erfurt, Leaded Coffee, Michael Edmonds, a.k.a. Kira, Chris Anderson, Dolan Pondsmith, Matt James, who's also GM Reservoir Panda, Roten, a.k.a. Renegade 420, Revolver Gray, Steve Barr of Sirenscape, Zeno, Zach Capricious Nature, who's going to be running Team Asia right after this, Fallout Asia, right after my stream, so don't anybody go anywhere when this is done. Cyber Smiley, Raven, Andy Stretton, Copious Salt, Tracy Goodwin, Daniel Terry, Nicholas King, and Alex Maxwell. Nicholas King just kind of stepped up to the shout-out portion, but for a while he was doing the artist showcase. So if you're part of our Discord, check out all the cool writings that he's been posting and check out his blog. Really cool stuff. But yeah, you guys are in there. Liz stepped out so Yasuke could change and try out some of this outfit stuff. I guess changing it to black. The other super mutant can totally customize it, paint it up, do whatever you need. But yeah, she stepped out. You all are there. And yeah, you drew that symbol in your armor. Is that what you did, Yasuke? Remind me of it.
Like I have a random piece. I have a bunch of like chunks of metal, so I use the metal to scrape it into another piece.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the super mutant is noticing too much. Like he just like looks down and then he's like kind of grabbing your clothes. Okay, so you want it all dark, right?
Yes, and also after making like the scratches, we'll show has the symbol rolled with like a plus symbol. I would like this embossed on the inner parts of the cloak.
Oh, okay. What is that? I seen that.
It is the mark of change.
Okay, I could do it. He starts kind of mocking it up, like drawing the pattern. You can tell he's like trying to stencil out, like he's gonna add it to the armor, the design, like you've asked him to do.
So, how long have you had this place?
I've been here since Brotherhood. It's been a long time now. I don't know, like maybe a couple years now here. Are you new to the town? Are you part of us now?
Just passing through.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice place.
thanks.
Our friend Yosuke here has had a hard time finding anywhere out in the wasteland that can sort out some armor and gear and things for him. As you can imagine, there's not a whole lot out there that fits.
Yeah, it's not easy fighting for big guys like us.
Yes.
I got you covered. Anything you need, you see here, I can do it. I can customize. I can put the prints on. I can set you up.
The black cloak will suffice for the time being, as that way to be fitted for what comes next.
Yeah, he starts like measuring you and, continuing on with this cloak and darkening it, putting these symbols that you drew out for him, and he's working on it.
Do you find comfort here in this settlement?
Comfort?
Yes. Are you happy here?
I guess. I'm working here and I'm okay.
Interesting. And Yasuke just kind of remains still for the measuring and all that.
Yeah, he's working on the clothes.
How's things with Paladin Race? Seems like an interesting fellow.
Paladin race, he's okay. We keep here. He keeps us separated and we do what we do. But he's better than his uncle. His uncle was an asshole. He tried to kill me.
Oh, charming.
Oh yeah, another -2. Thanks, Jamie Minch.
So, do you know how long Paladin Rage has been in charge? What sort of happened to cause the changeover? If you've been here a while.
Well, he's been running it for like the past year. His uncle set it up, but I guess he had to do other things and go back and do things. I don't know. But now Horatio's running it. And it's better. Horatio didn't try to kill me.
That's definitely better. You've been here. How are things with the Northside Kings? Have you had much interaction with them? Have you heard much about the relationship with those guys?
No, I don't really mess with the Northside Kings up there. They're a bunch of assholes. When I first came into town, it was assholes. They tried to take all my shit.
Well, that does sound like the right away. Brave of them to pick a fight with a super mutant, huh?
So is the act of war, to commit and treasonous acts amongst the battlefield where none can judge thy actions.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Believe,
What was that?
I believe we have much work to take care of when this is done here, friends.
Yeah. Lots to do. Lots to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when I came into Miami first, those raiders tried to take my shit, and I had to fuck some of them up, and they let me go. But then, when I started living in Miami, then those Brotherhood assholes came in, and that elder guy tried to kill me, and I got away, and then they captured me and tried to make me do some work stuff, and then he had to leave, and that's when that Horatio come, and then everything changed, and then I could live here. And then it was a little bit better. Now I live here and I work, and now they don't try to kill me, and it's okay.
Well, it does sound like a distinct improvement.
So then they put us in this old part of the city. I took over this building, and I do my tailor work, and I can work here, and I'm here. That's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's nothing further.
Yeah, if you want, give me a perception, a survival. Everybody can give me that. This is just a difficulty of 1.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, Jerry and Sprocket though, that was good.
I don't know. I got a
Jerry's not having so much luck.
complication on mine.
Oh wait, what? I thought that was yours. Oh, I think I was reading your previous one. Is that what I was?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the Sprocket once again, and this makes sense too. Ironically, it's working out. Sprocket, you see that same railway sign, kind of carved in. It looks like into like the floor paneling below his workbench, all the way in the back of his shop. Like you can see all the way past him, past the racks of kind of clothing and fabric supplies and things and tools down the other side. You can see like a workbench in the back, and on the floor you can see the remnants. It looks old, just like the one carved on the front of the building. Like it's hard to see, but you're picking up on it. Like you know it. You know it's in your programming now. You see it, but you see it down there. And as far as a complication, maybe while you're looking around, I'm just seeing if you see anything. The super mutant kind of takes notice to that, and you're making him a little bit nervous. You know, you're looking around. He's like, "What's going on? Why are you looking around and getting like what? I'm trying to do the clothing here. What is going on?" Like he notices you're kind of like looking around past him and stuff.
Just getting a look at the place.
Okay, but is everything okay? Is everything okay, Liz? And then Liz comes into the shop. She comes walking in. What's going on? And I don't know. These guys are okay, right? Yeah, they're fine. What seems to be the problem? And then he explains, like, I don't know. They're just making me nervous, like looking around and stuff. I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, if they're just getting fitted for clothing, that should be fine. She steps back out.
You know, this whole scenario is a little bit uncomfortable and a little bit uncertain, you know, so I think everybody's just a little bit on edge at the moment.
Okay, I don't know. You're just new to town and looking around. I didn't know if this was something else or something. I know that a lot of people like us don't get along with Brotherhood, and I didn't know if you were here to attack me or us or something here.
Certainly not at all. But as you say, a lot of people don't get on with the Brotherhood, and it makes for a tense situation.
Yeah. Well, I'm almost done fitting this. It should fit pretty good. I just got to adjust it a little bit. And he starts putting it on you, Yasuke, and just making kind of some of the final adjustments.
Excellent. And Yasuke just waits. Very stoically patient and unmoving.
Yeah, what's Jerry and Sprocket doing or saying?
If our super mutant friend here is coming down a little bit, we'll try and keep him that way and just sort of patiently wait for him to finish. I don't think I have anything else I want to add at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, no, he calmed back down. It seems like just looking around, based on that complication of trying to be perceptive, it made him a little bit nervous, looking around. Like, you noticed the railway sign, but he didn't notice you noticing that. He noticed Jerry not noticing it and, like, looking around. It just made him a little bit nervous for a moment, But Liz was able to calm him down a little, say, no, they're here through Horatio, and it's okay. So he's back to being calm again.
Okay. Yeah, Jerry's just going to kind of stand by and wait then, try not to cause any more fuss.
Yeah, he finishes up. There, it should fit perfect. Look, it looks good.
Yes. I am now more prepared. I appreciate your work, sir.
Thanks. And I don't have the list of I'm looking for it right here, the clothing. Does 20 caps seem realistic with it? I'm trying to find the clothing price. Hold on.
I have like the book next to me now. I'm like,
yeah, I have it here. I got the digital. But I don't know where that is. I'm in the gear.
Right before armor.
So are we buying new clothing or are we just altering existing clothing?
I think this was his cloak, right?
Yeah, just my underneath clothing. It's 20 caps for the tough clothing. Yeah, 20 caps.
Okay, yeah, then it'll just be 10 caps. Just 10 caps to customize it. Like Sprocket said, you already have the cloak. You just had to kind of, tailor fit it,
Not
customize
like,
it.
Also, that fact that it was tattered.
Yeah.
Oh, thinking much the same thing there. Whatever the price is to buy it, half the price to customize it makes sense to me too. I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. If you need anything else, I can make anything fit.
I believe we are all set.
Excellent. Well, as one craftsman to another, you do excellent work, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been great to meet you. So thank you so much for everything.
Yeah, come back anytime. I can make things fit for you too.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you're good at what you do. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and he goes back to working.
We head on out, continue on our way back towards the hotel we're staying.
Yeah, you step back out. Liz notices Yasuke with his cloak. Looks repaired up. Looks like it's been darkened and some symbols. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, see, I knew Henry could do you a good job. See, look, he did that for you. Great. Okay, can we move on now?
Yes, we can
Absolutely.
proceed back.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, and she takes you back through the city. Same thing, eyeballs and just confusion and a little awkwardness and stuff. But get you back to the hotel shells, and you get up into your room, no problem. Typical city day here in the Brotherhood of Steel section of Miami. But you make it back to your hotel. Liz says, "Yeah, I'll be down in the lobby. I'll be nearby. If you need anything, I'm down here."
We are grateful.
Yeah, and you definitely get the feeling it's I think like Yasuke mentioned earlier, less of a guide and more of a
chaperone.
Yeah, you definitely get that feeling. But you're all in the room now. You can kind of talk to each other now. You have this free moment in the room to recap things and discuss plans.
Yasuke will take his helmet, and I'm assuming, like, I feel like since it was an antique samurai, I feel like it has the mask part too, and we'll like separate the mask from the helmet, and we'll start like doing some kind of semi work on it,
polishing it up a bit.
You'll see specifically he's like carving and cutting into like the face mask part.
Oh, I suspect our new friend Liz down there will be telling Paladin Reyes about our afternoon excursion just as soon as she can.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I'm a little nervous about how that conversation will go and what she might have overheard, but I guess we'll find out when the time comes.
Indeed.
You think Ray is gonna let us out of here or force us to live over there with them?
I don't know. I feel like something was going on there, but I didn't get the impression he was going to look to hold us here. He was pretty clear that we had safe passage, and he made a point of telling us that several times. So, yeah, I mean, he could go back on his word, but he doesn't really seem like the type to do that. I think he maybe has something else in mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, of course, he's got this whole brotherhood on his side. What does he need with the three of us? Apart from possibly information.
Oh, well, he could put us to work, you know. He put all of them to work. He could put us to work too, using our skills of killing.
Well, that's true, I suppose. On the other hand, if he does try and keep us here and then sends us out, once we're outside the walls, we can keep on going. So unless he specifically tries to keep us here, I don't think we'll have too much problem with becoming prisoners or anything like that.
You'll hear Yasuke. As like Yasuke's still working. Sprocket, I require assistance.
Certainly. How can I be of assistance? What can I do for you, my friend?
And Yasuke will reveal like the mask, which has that samurai Oni style face on it, and then you'll see he has carved like an asterisk over the left eye, kind of thing, and the glass lens has like a plus symbol in there. I need you to separate the mask, carve it, and he like kind of traces his face like the jawline, basically saying he wants the mask to separate into like a visor and then the actual jaw part, which he has no tools to cut it.
Carefully cut into two pieces.
Yep.
Should be a fairly simple operation with a laser cutter.
Yeah, especially Sprocket's background in being a mechanic and working on things like that. Yeah, totally easy for Sprocket. I'll make you roll just to generate action points if you want to do that. And I'm open to like intelligence science. That makes the most sense here. Unless repair.
I've got repair skill, so
yeah, go for that.
Give that a repair skill.
0. This is strictly for action points because this is super easy for Sprocket.
Should be.
And then you can bank those for next session. There you go. Cool. Yeah, you got an action point.
And with it separated, like Yasuke will fit the jaw part over, so it has like that hidden ghost mask style thing where it has the Oni face, and it has, you see like part of the asterisk, and then like fits the visor on top, and it shows that like railroad symbol over the eye with the ally symbol, and takes it off, and then like pockets it, takes the mask off, and lets it hang around his jaw. Whatever comes next, I must always maintain my honesty. I had made a vow, but I must break it to make a new one. I had originally swore to just simply work and remove Cleanwave. Through aiding with you, I have realized that my mission, the one my sensei had hoped I would acquire, possible. It is bigger. Cleanwave is simply one piece of the danger this land faces. I now must bring and purge the darkness that plagues the land. Purge the one that believes their power is greatest in the Northside Kings, to purge those that bring about their own plague of the Enclave, and to end those that believe their plight brings them greater privilege than those they believe lesser. I have surrendered my right as samurai to ensure I do what must be done. I break this vow to claim my title of accepting being a Ronin. I have no sensei. I have no master. I have only a mission to purge the evil.
I see.
That sounds like a pretty big choice you made there.
Did you have a plan in mind for how you're going to achieve this?
We have allies, members of the railroad across the land. Those that believe there is a chance for survivors to be more than that, to be those that thrive. There is a mark of change, an asterisk that changes history, and we shall help bring it back to the light. No more raiders, no more brotherhood, no more enclave. This land is, as it once was, as I read, for the people, by the people. Let it give it back to the people.
Certainly a noble ideal.
Certainly.
And
I like you.
Reveal the cloak part that had the embossed part, the embed like this stitch part. This will be what I carry with me to prove this change. You are not necessary to join if you do not wish at any moment. But people need to believe freedom is possible. So, as the Ronin of the Railroad, this is my new vow.
Wow. It seems to me that your goals are not that dissimilar to what we had in mind anyway. We're hoping to help the House of Mouse friends that we made up north to free themselves from the oppression at the hands of the Enclave. We were hoping to use the Brotherhood as a means to do that, and in doing so free some of the people down here from oppression by the Brotherhood. It seems broadly that our goals have not really changed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in. I think we're of the same mind here.
I think it's the. I'm dropping stuff. I think the people in Florida certainly need help to improve their lot. They certainly seem to be living a very difficult life in a difficult situation, and we should absolutely do anything we can to help these people.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I was thinking a lot of people that are stuck here, they might be happy at the vault.
And that is the change we must implement.
Do you mean the people across town, the ghouls and super mutants and the like?
Yeah.
Well, a number of those returned vault dwellers that we found are now, of course, ghouls, so they'll at least find a kindred spirit there. Might be a place they can get to and at least be secure. At least in the short term, if nothing else, if we can get them out of Miami. Of course, getting them out will be the hard part.
Well, we'll see what we can do.
We'll have to see what Paladin Reyes has in mind once he returns as well. Just getting ourselves out right now would be difficult as well.
Yeah, and we can, we'll say you have this discussion, get some sleep in the hotel. greeted by a knock at the door early in the morning, almost before sun is rising, and you hear the voice of Liz saying, "Hey guys, if you guys can wake up and meet me down in the lobby right away, Horatio's calling for you. The scout's back. They need to meet with you right away." And this is where we'll end our session.
Okay. Beautiful.
No, and let me take a moment. Like, that was awesome. That was, to me, epic for Yasuke, making that sort of moral change. And like that moment, I thought was really fucking cool, and the way it kind of played into the scenes and things that have happened so far. And then Sprocket and Jerry kind of interjecting with that, morally aligning kind of with the general initial plan. When you met the cult and the Enclave and Cleanwave, even before it evolved into all these other factions and options. And then the way that you kind of pulled it all together, saying, well, Enclave sucks, Northside King sucks, Brotherhood sucks. We can pin them on each other, try to kill them, take out all the evils and work. I don't know. It seems like with all these factions, variables, and crazy shit going on, I love the way that this team is fucking pulling it together. Like, they seem to be pulling it together and kind of making sense of it all and finding potential options to get out of it, or at least get these bigger forces to take out each other or something. I don't know. I'm hearing things and ideas, and to me, I'm loving it. Just as an overseer, as a game master, I'm loving the way that you guys are role playing it out, and then kind of planning out some of these things and making use of just all these fucking variables and factions that I've thrown into this world. I'm loving it. I love the way this session went. So props to all of you. Really cool. And yeah, thanks to chat for contributing the -2s and helping out the team and contributing ideas and tuning in and just sharing the stream. I really appreciate that shit. It means a lot. Follow, subscribe. Also, check out all the things that our players have. All of us are content creators. We all have links and social media and all that good stuff. Follow, subscribe, look us all up. Show us some love. We would really appreciate that. The last thing I want to mention is everybody watching, make sure you stick around for Team Asia. Overseer Capricious Nature is getting ready to play with their team. And it's awesome. It's entertaining. Great team of role players. Great GM. So stick around for that. He'll be streaming very soon right here on this same channel. Other than that, yeah, just one more time. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, especially my players for being part of this. I had a blast. And we'll see you next time.
Cybernation Uncensored.